Are you kidding me? So much church. I think I have 3 out of 10. Like I did the burritos for it's like how many weeks to do.
Hello everyone, can I have everybody's attention please? Hi, thanks for coming out today. We're Focus2040, I'm the coach for Focus2040, and this is
Alan Chan, and I'm also the coach for Focus2040, and we have I'm Navdeep, I'm the Public Relations Director. And so today we shall talk about the different opportunities that we have for Focus2040. Yes. So Focus2040 is a student-run competition held by the DeGroote School of Business. And with that, we are dedicated to providing you unique opportunities in the field surrounding human resource and organizational management studies. And so with that, what do we ask you to do? You must have heard of Focus2040. So we ask you and we challenge you to predict what you think the workforce will be like in the year 2040. And so with that, as a competition, we are open to universities across Canada, 15 participating universities in the past. And we are open to students who are in undergraduate and graduate studies. So you as a participant can have a group member that can be of any faculty, any year, and you could participate. You could do it in groups of 1 or 2, of course. And at any university.
And any other university. And of course, what are some benefits that you will get from Focus2040? Of course, you'll be developing research skills, presentation development skills. You'll be solving a question, which is pretty unique because in case studies, it's about retrospective thinking. It's about, hey, I give you a bunch of information. What do you make of this? Instead, our competition is built on the foundation of innovation. What do you think is going to happen in the future? Not what does this preset data have. So it's about what you think and what can you bring to the table. And that's what our sponsors who work with us want from our participants. And so we'll give you exposure to the human resource industry and access to a wealth of human resource individuals. And who, by raise of hand, is interested in going to HR? Quite a few students. So you'll be you'll have access to many firms for recruitment. And we'll have Navdeep here talk about the phases.
All right, for phase, we have 3 phases. So we'll start with phase 1. Phase 1, we ask a simple question. Well, you can think of it as simple. So what are the most pressing demographic, social, political, environmental challenges Canadian organizations face over the next decade? And what should they be doing now to prepare for those challenges, especially but not exclusively as seen through the lens of human capital management? So it's 750 words, and the deadline for that, we call it a Future Insight Report, is January 24th.
And to add on to that, what's that? Why is it only 750 words? Because it's quite short. It's because we want you to be very concise in what you bring to the table, and that's what we look for. Concise, but to the point. And that's the Future Insight Forecast, phase 1.
So after phase 1, top 25 contestants, they will move on to phase 2. For phase 2, we ask you to go a little bit more in depth. So we ask you, imagine and describe what the workplace and the workforce will look like in the year 2040.
what are the implications for Canadian industries in the medium term and in the year 2040. Participants are to select one industry from the following list to present their finding on. So the automobile industry, mining and metals, management, and engineering and development consultancy, which are the industries of our sponsors. So for phase 2, 1,500 words, you elaborate a little bit more on your ideas. Deadline for that is February 14th.
And the top 25 teams will progress from phase 1 to phase 2. So in a snapshot, the first phase is give us a general idea of what you think the future will be like. And the second phase is elaborate more on your idea, right? How would it affect certain industries? And these certain industries, of course, are listed here. And yes, and our judges will look based on this. We call it the Future Insight Forecast. And when you get to the phase 3,
so out of the top 25 from phase 2, the top 10 move on to phase 3. For phase 3, now you actually do you come down to our closing ceremonies, and if your partner is somewhere in a different province, don't worry, most of the expenses will be covered by us, and you come out to the location is still being decided, but you come out to our closing ceremonies and you present your ideas to our panel of judges. So for phase 3, you paint a picture of the world of work in the year 2040, provide a sense of how you arrived there, how should organizations be preparing themselves and their workforce for this future, today and over the medium long term. And you are required to highlight highlighting how their vision will affect 2 industries. One of them would be in the list as listed, and another industry that you can choose.
Yes, and with this, we would like to stress that there is a presentation given to a panel of industry judges. So these judges are coming from top firms like ArcelorMittal Vasco, Hatch Ltd, Ford Canada, and they will be assessing your presentation. Of course, this is for the grand prizes that we'll explain later and the internships we have, but it's a great way to expose you to the industry and see how that is.
So, what is the value of participating in the competition? Well, we have monetary prizes of $3,000 for first place, $2,000 for second place, and $1,000 for third place. We also offer internships with our sponsors, ArcelorMittal Dofasco, Ford Canada, and Hatch Ltd.
Yes, and students who have gone through our program in the past have worked for these firms through our program. So definitely we offer a lot of opportunities for you to leverage.
And last, you get exposure to industry pros. The people who are judges are industry professionals. You get to network with them, you get to talk to them, and maybe even land a job by connecting with them.
And this is an example list of our top 10 from last year, a very diverse list from schools across Canada. And yes, and an example, past winners. This pair is from, she is from Lakehead. And we've had another pair win in the past.
And just a note, so these winners are actually, so it's they're in the top 3. They're not for 4th years or 3rd years. One group is actually a 1st year and the other is a 2nd year students. So even if you're in 1st or 2nd year, don't be intimidated. You can present your ideas and you can win this competition.
And these are our current sponsors. And so if you want more elaborate information, of course, you can visit our social media outlets, as you can see, and check us out. And so this is sort of the overview of our competition. And as a nice little treat for you all for coming out today, we have an opportunity for you, which is what we call the Ford Reward. So Ford, they have many internships that are out right now. And so if you submit to us your resume by Sunday, 11:59, we will send it directly to the Ford recruiters. So you'll be assessed for internships there. So another great avenue for you all. So check that out.
Just on side note, before you leave, give us your email, and we can keep track of who actually attended, and we'll be submitting their resume from there.
Thank you. That is the presentation. Is there any questions in regards to how to complete or pass? How do people win, or things like that?
How do I submit my application?
Yes. So how do you submit your application? Good question. You submit it through our website portal. And if you go to focus2040.ca, as you can see, you will start off on our front page. And to submit your application, you will see a tab called Application Submission. And through that, you will be submitting all your information, your submission attachment, which will be your first phase 1. Of course, you'll be indicating your work preferences, resumes, and whatnot, because we try to provide many opportunities for students for the competition. And all students who make it past phase 1, so phase 2 and up students, so the top 25 students, all will have access to an internship portal. Okay, so in this portal, we'll have job postings in it, and you can apply to these jobs. And the unique thing about this is, one, competition is not as much. If you go up through main portal for companies, you're most likely going to be competing with hundreds, if not thousands, of applicants. And in this, it's a smaller pool and more intimate interaction with the recruiters of these firms. Yes. Oh, yes.
Is there a fee involved?
Huh?
Is there a fee that you have to pay to?
No, to submit for the first phase, there is no fee.
Okay.
Yes.
And what about the second and third phase?
Second phase, no fee. Third phase, there is a small little delicate fee.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, it's to cover the parts of the food, parts of the transportation. Yes.
Do you know on average how many people compete in a year?
Yes. Last year we had about 60 applicants, right? So of course, a great opportunity for you all.
PCCT, right? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, 60 submissions.
60 submissions and 120, well, not 120 people, but around in the hundreds of people, of number of people, so 60 teams. And you could do it in groups of 1 or 2.
I was wondering if my friend in engineering can take part as well.
Absolutely. And as we said it earlier, this competition is open to students from any school, any year, as long as they're in university, and yeah,
Any
faculty.
faculty.
So you could do it with anyone. You could do it with a guy in engineering. Like, it doesn't matter.
We've actually had engineers placed in the top 3.
Yeah, and in fact, if you look over there, of this pair, this guy was an engineer from University of Waterloo, and he studied psychology at U of T. So of course, like, it's very diverse, and they are both first-year students from those schools. Yes. Yes.
Where is the application?
The application. So the submission package.
Yes.
So where do you find the submission package? The submission package is on our website. If you go onto our main page here, you'll see the competition tab. And in the competition tab, you'll see the submission package. Press there, and the submission package, and you're on your way to winning money and internships and opportunities in this field. Yes, it's pretty packed. So, well, it has all the information about the different questions. So of course we had it on a slide. We'll provide you the slide deck if you ask, but all the questions are also on here, and it's more in depth. Yes.
The internships that are offered to recruiters, are they usually in the HR field, or are they more, do they span in different industries?
It depends. Like we've had a sales,
Yeah, so I'll say the account rep. So usually the advertised the internships are in the HR field, but we have had people go into other fields, but because you will be able to connect with their headhunters, and each company, like for example, Restjet will not only have HR positions, they will have other positions in accounting, engineering. So you get to connect with these headhunters, and they can put you in different fields.
Yeah. So the main postings are
AMD hires in engineering, marketing, finance, HR, accounting.
are sales. So there's a big chunk if you're applying. It's not just HR because it's open to all students.
And in fact, AMD, they had a cap rep open. So yeah, so many different opportunities. And I like to stress, right, the people who are going to be assessing your applications throughout the competition, these are in the past what we actually have right now. The director of Lincoln Canada, you know Lincoln, the car? Vroom, vroom, right? Lincoln Canada, the director of Lincoln Canada assesses the phase 3, right? So again, that's a top recruiter there, right? We've had, like in the past, actually right now, the lead, a North American recruiter for Hatch Ltd. And if you didn't know, Hatch is one of the biggest engineering and management firms in Canada, right? So they're head recruiters there. So it's a great opportunity for you.
And also when you make it to third phase, you guys will also have opportunity to network with these individuals and the networking dinner, which is hosted a night prior to the closing ceremonies. Because at this point, not as many other competitions will give the opportunity to have a one-on-one conversation with these people. And it's not like 30 people versus 100 people. We have about, I believe it was 30 people, 30 industry professionals last year. And there was only 20 people from 20 plus contestants. So there is a good ratio and you guys can have meaningful conversations. You're not competing against a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you see here, prize pools. Yes.
So how long has this been going on, like this competition?
We are actually in the 7th year.
The 7th year.
The 7th year.
And like the phases are the same each year, like asking the same questions?
No. So we are very unique here this year because in the past we've listened to student responses and they say, hey, it's not really, they're not directed to students, right? Because in the past we didn't have these specific industries. So this year we do have a focus in phase 2 and 3 saying, hey, what do you think the trends will be like in this industry and that industry? So the industry aspect is needed to the competition.
Did you have any questions from Twitter or?
Okay, so we have one question from Twitter. For the companies you mentioned, will they all be counted towards the accredited companies for the Commerce 3 INO requirement?
These internships are not 12 to 16 months. So short answer, no. But if they really like you, they'll make something work.
Yeah.
So you can tweet that.
Yeah. So for the question on Twitter, these firms, they all actually do work with us on 3INO. So I would say it would be a lie if I say they do work for 3INO, but you do have a good opportunity to work with them and find opportunities within their firm. So yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? You can always ask us more questions on Facebook, Twitter. We are always, if you see us walking around, you can just ask us a question there. We're extremely keen to answer any questions that you guys have at any point in time.
So thank you for coming out, and do submit to us your resume and sign in with Kirk.
We do have pizza on the side, so take a slice, eat some pizza. The execs are going to be around the room, so if you have any questions that you would want to ask on an individual basis, feel free to ask one of the execs. So Shushin in the back, Alan Cantilia, Prab, Florence, and Kirk. So if you have any questions you want to ask individually, feel free to just come up and ask.
We have a video for you to watch before you eat and talk. No?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, do it. So this is our promotional video we have right now. So check it out. Right. Have you ever? Oh, that's not as loud as I want it to. Yeah, you can hear it.
Thought what it would be like in the future with Have you ever thought what it would be like in the future with everyone still be working hard on computers? Or would technology be so advanced that we'd be frustrated with us? Hey, Maybe we can even fly to work. Well, you can tell us what you think of Focus 2040. Focus 2040 is a national competition based out of McMaster University. We are dedicated to providing unique opportunities in the field surrounding human resource management and organizational behavior. We challenge students to predict the workforce of the year 2040. So, what's in it for you? You have a shot at winning money, $3,000, $2,000, and $1,000. Internships at one of our sponsors, such as AMD, Ford, Hatch, or BPI. So, if you want more information, you can contact us right here. Log on to focus2040.ca, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram for more. And of course, welcome to the future.
Thank you so much for coming out tonight and being here.
Okay, well,